Oh, that does look nice, right? I mean, to be fair, even though it's just some grey cardboard, straight away the packaging, it does look classy, doesn't it? So I've done an absolute ton of tanks with complete like budget lighting, but I now want to have a few that are the sort of medium to high sort of level or tech of lighting as well, high output. All the stuff I normally use is sort of medium level, really budget LED floodlights, budget strip lights. But I'm upgrading a few of the tanks just so we've got some like comparison really, and plus because the colours always look really, really good in them. And I have just taken delivery of the Twinstar Light 600E free, or III-E. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Oh, beautiful. Now I have paid absolute full price for this. No one gave me this. I bought it online and it's arrived, obviously. So what that means is I'm under no obligations to say it's good. If it's rubbish, then I'll just say it's rubbish. I know it's not gonna be rubbish. I mean, they don't make rubbish lights, but you know, I'm gonna tell you the things I do and don't like about it. So on the edge of the packaging here, we can see RGBW. Don't know what that means. I know RGB means red, green and blue and white, but don't red, green and blue make white? But there's white as well. I don't know, it's obviously good or they wouldn't have bothered. 6,500 Kelvin, the same as my floodlights, and 40 watt. That sounds quite high for a 60 centimeter light, but you know, it's probably that for a reason. I'm assuming it grows plants really well. Anyway, let's get the damn thing out. Oh, like to touch stuff. It's cold, which means it's real steel and it's quality. Another really good thing I'm noticing, I can't see any plastic currently, so everything so far cardboard. Get rid of that, get rid of that. The light, oh, there we go, look at that, just like that. Usually something important, nothing in that. Ah, that's heavier, there we go. What's in the box? Power cable, non-UK plug. Come on, you're gonna sell it in my country, at least give me the plug. Let's have a look, maybe it's in here. It's not in here, our first bit of plastic. Okay, it's very, very minimal. I don't know why it needs that, but never mind. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, it looks like so stylish and quality, doesn't it? What it would do if it would focus. Come on, come on. There we go. First of all, I really like this. I don't know if you're picking it up, but it's like see-through plastic with the wire going through it. So yeah, it just looks better than say black or white. These are black, but that doesn't matter because you're not seeing those anyway. Let's just get it on a tank to actually see what it looks like with plants. No, let's see what it looks like on a tank without plants initially so we can judge how it looks with the fish. It's a planted tank light, you know, really, but you know, why not? Let's just see. Undo this bit, that one, plug that into there, undo that, stick that in there, find a UK plug converting thingy jib, there it is, that's the one. Stick it on there. Right, I'll leave this really budget light attached just so we can slide it back, flick between the two colour renditions then, push it to the back. Then I'll add the, oh, don't know what that was. Then I'll add the Twinstar here. Oh, like a glove. It's kind of shading it out at the moment. It's not the best comparison. Hang on, let me get a shot, a before shot. Right, there we go. There's our before shot with the budget that's just blue and white LEDs. Put him back on, switch it off. Now on with the Twinstar. There we go. Okay, straight away, I do not know if the camera will pick this up or not, but the actual colours on the fish themselves are way more sort of pronounced. It's almost like the saturation is turned up on the fish. Colours pick up better, like the colours just are way more vibrant. And that's not me trying to big up my purchase, justifying the price. So this light was £159, which is like $192. Now that is a lot more than the budget light was on there before. Now remember, this light though is not designed for people just getting into the hobby. It's more of a step up from what you've already got. You know, you want to take your aquascape or whatever to the next level. And to be honest, I wouldn't even recommend that you got a light like this straight off the bat. I think you should get budget lighting, learn how to like grow plants with that, And when you can do that, then you're going to just be, this is going to feel easy. Learning to grow plants is one of the most important things in aquascaping. Once you can do that, the whole tank just looks after itself. I've been over this previously actually with this tank. It's got no plants in it. Therefore, it's the most maintenance I have to do. Like all the other ones, I barely do anything apart from top them up, maybe scrape a bit of the scum around the top and trim the plants, that's it. So the original budget light, oh, hang on, let me swap them. There we go. So the original budget light here cost me £30? Yeah, £30 or $36 versus $159, 160 something dollars. I mean, there's a massive difference in price there. Switching back to the Twinstar. Now, is that going to be worth it for a fish alone in a tank? Probably not, but even still, it still looks better. Even the gravel, I think, the colour looks wet. Look at them, just dance. Oh, how can you not love these fish? They're just so cute, aren't they? They want me to feed them. See, they fully know me now, and they know that I'm the feeder / daddy. They love me. You love me, don't you? Although if you've got pots of cash, which some people have, then, and you want your fish to look absolutely amazing, then definitely, it looks great as well, let's be honest. Like the difference between the two, one looks proper quality, one looks okay, but like, yeah, you can't argue. I haven't even taken the plastic off. That's not scratched. Yeah, there's this little thingy, look. Oh, no, going back now once you've done this. This side too. Oh, yeah, get off. Oh no. How has that even happened? Oh, it's because there's a little... Got it. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's just switch it over now to what it's actually designed for, which is a planted tank. So this tank here is a fully dirted, no filter tank. There's no filter at all apart from the plants. Now they're growing really well, actually with some pretty darn good colour, and they've already got a Twinstar light on here, but this is the B line. It's incredibly budget. Much more like the previous budget one. Is a little bit more expensive because it has got full RGB lighting, which is why we do get a much better colour pot. But in terms of power, there's not much power. I mean, ideally I'd like to stick a second one on here, but by that point you might as well upgrade and buy the more expensive one that I just have. Well, we can put it on here just as an experiment, but it won't do a lot more apart from brighten everything up because we've already got really good colours. The reds are good. I planted a lot of green plants in this tank, you see. But yeah, let's stick it on and see how it does. Okay, on with the show. Whoa, okay, I was wrong. Hopefully the camera is picking that up, but the actual amount of light is immense, but not just that. Yeah, there's way more colour going on everywhere. The fish as well, look at the fish. The neon tetras, like, they're glowing like neon tetras would. Massively impressed with that. Is it worth, like, double what the other one was? Actually, no, it's not double for this one. This is the budget RGB Twinstar. This is about £90 or like $100 versus the £159, $170 or whatever it was. But yeah, let's face it, if you are massively into the hobby, then yes, it's 100% worth it because you're not going to have 50 tanks like me. And it's natural progressions that you upgrade your lighting because it does look fantastic. It frames the tank really well. And I do love these plastic sort of sides to it. You can get the adjustable one as well, but if you've got like 60 centimetre or a 2-foot tank or a 3-foot tank or a 4-foot tank, they do them all with the rigid sides, which I do think looks the absolute best. Not too dissimilar to the Superfish range that we've got here, look, on the top. So the Superfish ones come with it. They are much smaller and their power output isn't, it is as high, I'd say, but it's all just sort of white LEDs. You don't get that RGB aspect of it. So it is the next level up, I would say, definitely, these Twinstar ones. Then there's a nice little inscription there, Twinstar Light III 600E, which I'll put backwards. Yeah, it's definitely a massive level up. I don't know if you guys are picking up the difference, but even the red, look, the red on that, I was going to say fish, no, the fish as well actually, but the red on the Ludwigia that you can see behind there, well, if you'd give me a chance, guys, it's popping, way more popping, but then it's more output. So yeah, that was what you'd expect. And I think now this would have enough power to come right down to the bottom of the tank. Well, we've had some carpeting going on with the cheap one. Look, you can see some Glossostigma spreading, some hairgrass spreading, and some Halanthus tenellum spreading. But that is over the course of like a month and a half, so that's not a lot. But I think now, probably increase the ferts a little, and you can get a full carpet going on quite easily actually. I mean, it's one step away from sticking CO2 on there as well, which I am not doing, but you could if you wanted to, easily. These lights are designed to be used with CO2 because they're so high powered, but if you put enough plants in like I do, you can use all the available nutrients in the water column, and you shouldn't get algae. Now I know you can buy a dimmer as well that comes in, so you can use it for sort of low-tech tanks if you want as well. I will be. I won't be using it for a high-tech tank. It's going to be more difficult. You've got to find the balance a bit better because of the high-powered nature of it. But you know, you can do that. You can just buy the dimmer. I don't think it's expensive, or add more floating plants, which will like multiply in no time. This salvinia here, with this amount of light, I mean, I'm going to come back in a week and most of the surface is going to be covered anyway. Now do not worry, I have not abandoned my roots. You do not need this light that I'm reviewing or any of the other high-tech ones. It's not a necessity, is it? It's a luxury. If you want to carry on with the low budget ones, you keep doing that as much as you enjoy it. We do know that at some point though, you're going to favour giving it a go, the high-tech ones, just purely because of the colours. The colours are way more pronounced. So here's a great example. This is my rainbow fish tank, and above it, we've got my LED floodlights. They're 20 watt each, 6,500 Kelvin. Now we are getting a lot of it sort of filtering through all of the Vallisneira on the top. So we've got a little bit of gloom, but not, that's more like what it's like, you see. But the actual coloration on the fish is good, but it would pop way more if I had one of those RGB lights running across the top, even with the Vallisneira running over the top like it is. Like for instance, this blue rainbow here, that would be really, really popping, as would the Bosemani, or all of them to be honest. And it's a similar situation again over here on the new Archerfish Paludarium. So you would actually be seeing a lot more colour in the fish. I think the plants as well. Definitely the different colorations on the Rio Xingu gravel there. There's way more reds, I'd say, oranges and stuff like that would come out if we had an RGB light. In terms of the actual Archerfish at the back, more yellowy, you know, every colour would just pop more is what I'm getting at. So there's nothing wrong with a cheap budget light, and I just want you guys to be aware that you are getting what you pay for when you go for RGB lighting. Oh, and I've got some fantastic news on this paludarium as well for you guys. So I added the Archerfish to the paludarium about just over 2 weeks ago now, and the intent was to teach them how to spit. What they do is they've got such big eyes and they look over the top, out of the water, over the top, you know what I mean? They shoot jets of water at insects, or like bugs on branches, that kind of thing. And it's so cool to see. Now, I've been trying to train them. I've got a video coming on all of this, and I'm so close to success now. Like you can see that they're nearly there. So I cannot wait to bring you that. Fingers crossed within the next week or so, I would have cracked it, and I can get them to do it on demand every time, because these are such cool fish. That's why I went to massive lengths to create this awesome paludarium for them, and they seem to be really enjoying it and behaving like I would want to see, you know, like wild behaviour. Now they do like to hang out in that back little area, which I've got no qualms about at all. We've got all the smaller fish that we can enjoy up front, and then they've got their little zone in the back until I step closer. So they're not scared of me. They know the tap now. Look, if I do the tap, then I lean over the top, they're all watching, they're poised, they're ready. They sit there because I've been doing a little chuck in that back corner, just so they're getting used to stuff landing and food coming in when I do that tap. They're not scared, they're waiting. Because as soon as I step away like I just did, they're like, hey, you just did the old tappy tap, where's the food? Don't worry guys, it's all to come. I'll show you all this in a video that will come out shortly. But anyway, back to the point of this video. The review of the Twinstar. Should you get one? Like I've said, if you're looking for a step up in the game, you're already doing well with low tech tanks, you're getting your plants growing nicely, you've got algae under control, that kind of thing, then you should 100% step up. Whether it's the Twinstar, whether it's another light, you know, I'm not affiliated to any specific brand of lighting, so get whatever you want. I know this is great. I know the Chihiros is great. There's slightly different colouring renditions though. Actually, I can show you a good example of that. So this right here is the Chihiros. Ignore the brown patch at the top. That's something I need to take out because I killed it with glutaraldehyde to try and get rid of some algae. But look how vivid the greens are. The Chihiros greens are really, really poppy. It's got more of that green tone, I'd say, than anything else. Although the fish as well, I mean, these are particularly vibrant barbs these are, but they pop crazy. All the fish pop crazy actually. Look down here, we've got a Apistogramma Hong Shloi. Lovely, lovely colours on that one. And then just coming through the middle now, look at this female guppy, tuxedo, I don't know the name of it, but if it stays still for a second, beautiful colours. And the reds on that Rotala macrandra there, awesome, as is this Rotala HR coming through as well. Now just next to it, we have got a Twinstar on this tank, which again has got a lot of greens in it, but the greens are slightly more sort of yellowy, more realistic maybe, green. It just depends what you're after, because I mean that at the top there's Limnophila siciliflora, which is the same as that plant there, but the difference in colour and vibrancy is very different. So it's going to come down to what you prefer. If you want more, I don't know, variation of colour in terms of your greens, so the greens can vary from like yellowy to greeny. I don't really know what I'm talking about with that. But yeah, then the Twinstar's the one. But if you want lots and lots of green pop everywhere, like so vibrant, then I'd say go with the Chihiros. Now in terms of aesthetic, Chihiros looks great. It's a really, really clean design. They go for the black heatsink on the top. The Twinstar here has got the silver. It hasn't got the plastic at the side because it's got the, or acrylic, sorry. It's got the adjustable sort of ones. You can go slightly on a slightly bigger tank. Again, looks absolutely amazing as well. So it's down to personal preference. Do you like the black? Do you like the silver? But one thing's for sure, they both look absolutely insane, right? In conclusion, an absolutely insane job by Twinstar, as I knew it would be, to be honest. The only thing it comes down to is if you've got the budget for it, and that comes to anything in life. You know, not everyone can have a Ferrari, but you can afford a decent Ford or something. I don't know, whatever you like. I don't know why I've got onto cars, but yeah, definitely if you've got the budget for it, get the Twinstar for sure. If you haven't, save your pennies. Hopefully you can one day, because it would definitely be worth it.